Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure. Come on in.
From Hollywood. Welcome to the Rat's Ass Podcast with Mojo Elliott.
Be forewarned, I am not going to be playing nice today. Oh, no, I'm going to be playing some dirty pool.
Who gives a rat's ass?
From the Mojo Studio on Sunset and Vine, surrounded by pimps and hoes. Who's up for another rough and tough, action-packed adventure?
Let's do it.
Here's what's on tap on the Wrap, the shootout at the In-N-Out. You'll never guess who's moving into my neighborhood. Mojo's not happy. I need to have a heart-to-heart with my fellow corporate rock programmers, if you don't mind, but I am going to chew some ass today. There's a hot new trend that's happening nationwide you'll definitely want to hear about. Another round of head trauma is on the way. Liar Liar is on tap, plus our usual lunacy and loose behavior, including the Angry American. And I saw it on the X, Goat Humpers edition. That's what's happening today on the Rat's Ass Podcast for Monday, August 3rd. Welcome to the 8th month of 2026. And the last month to get you some summer lovin'. Are you having a blast? Oh, God. Did I just reference the movie Grease?
You dick!
God, my apologies. All right, all current members of Rat Nation should have received your digital ID in your email to play the Rat's Ass Mischief Pyramid starting in October to win some money and merch. That's right, money and merch is on the line. Another cat let out of the bag. So if you haven't joined Rat Nation yet, you have until September 30th, or you're going to find yourself on the outside looking in, and you won't like it. You won't like it at all. Go to ratsasspodcast.com and become one of the few and the loud at Rat Nation. All right, let's get into the rap today. Jordan Salinas. I want you to remember that name, Jordan Salinas. He's the 35-year-old healthcare worker who saved several lives at a Twin Falls, Idaho In-N-Out Burger by stopping Chad Williams, an off-duty state trooper with a screw loose, who decided to take out a few In-N-Out customers who just wanted a double fries and a shake. That's it. Just wanted to have a nice meal. Well, Salinas, who had witnessed a mass shooting previously in Boise a few years ago, after that happened, he trained on how to use a firearm. When he witnessed Williams aiming at cars as he stood by the drive-through window, Salinas decided it was time to take matters into his own hands, pulled his weapon, and he approached the gunman and shot at him. What he didn't expect was Williams turning and shooting at him, so the two traded gunfire, but long story short, Williams took his own life eventually with a single gunshot. Now, sadly, 3 people did die, 7 were injured, but it could have been a lot worse if Jordan Salinas didn't take action like he did. I mean, this brave young man should be applauded for putting his life on the line to save others. Major stones. Jordan sowed some ginormous major stones. Would you have done that if you had a gun sitting in your seat next to you? Would you have taken that gun and ran toward the gunman and opened fire? I got to tell you, man, I think his 2 stones are definitely a lot bigger than my 3, but, you know, what a selfless act. At the very least, I don't think Jordan should have to pay for a meal at In-N-Out ever again, do you? Have you heard the phrase, there goes the neighborhood? Sure you have. Well, I've got a new town drunk moving into mine, just a few miles away. Our former DEI vice president and loser to Donald Trump in the 2024 election, Kamala Harris, and her tag-along husband, Dougie. Little Doug. They've purchased a home in nearby Malibu. Now, I'm sure this is probably Doug's wet dream because he graduated from high school not too far away in Agora. Yeah, same place that Doja Cat sang about. But I'm not sure how often she's going to be there because the word is she's going to be running for president again in 2028 on this mind-blowing platform.
We need to revisit the Electoral College. We need to revisit the point of expanding the court to 13 justices like we have 13 district courts. We need to revisit, if they so want, statehood for Puerto Rico and D.C.
Yes, if they so want. How about some Chipotle Ranch with that word salad for you, huh? But yeah, you heard right. She's going to run for the presidency using the same damn platform she got her ass kicked by Trump last election. Yeah, no new ideas, no solutions. New election, same old stuff. Yeah, I won't say the S word. Well, stuff is an S word, isn't it? Well, but here's the bottom line. There's a damn good chance I could run into Kamala at a grocery store, at a restaurant, or a gasoline station. And I guess I will have an obligation to create a crowd, to push back on her, and tell Kamala she's not welcome. All right, I need to have a heart-to-heart with my fellow corporate rock programmers. Guys, you're killing me. You're killing me. Your programming is all over the frickin' road. You know, as I prep for Radio Wars on the Rat's Ass Podcast blog, I see what you're up to. Let me clue you in on something. As men age and our ears get a little soft, get a little hair in them, we don't gravitate back to the crap we hated in the 80s, like Simple Minds, The Hooters, Duran Duran, Tears for Fears, and the fucking Human League? Are you fucking kidding me? Human League? Don't you want me, baby? Mixed with Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, and Metallica, what the hell are you thinking? I know you think you're going to attract more women, but you won't. Women like the rock that men like. Plain and simple. You're going to lose more men faster than you're going to gain women. And if you want women, if that's what you need to sell advertising, have some cojones and relaunch yourselves a little Rock 40 station. Stop trying to mix classic rock with pop 40 from the 80s, for Christ's sake. You know, the only time that pop shit is acceptable from the 80s is if they have a connection to rock. Okay, example, Peter Gabriel. He's okay. He was a member of Genesis, a staple of classic rock. So are you getting what I'm laying down here? I mean, it's no wonder your damn ratings are nosediving. They're plummeting. I see it from market to market. I'm looking at classic rock stations that used to be top 3 for years. In 7th place, 9th place. Getting older and more poppy isn't the right lane to drive in. Your core artist distribution sucks. Your sound coding is way off. You're creating more train wrecks than Amtrak. Plus, your day-to-day day parting is non-existent. You're not doing anything special on the weekends to attract an audience. And none of you are focused on your 10-year core. From what I can see, none of you are. It's all over the frickin' roadmap. Now look, I get that you probably didn't grow up with the music, don't fully understand the Rock Life group. You're looking at data from Mediabase and trying to create this new lane for yourselves. It's not going to work. It's not working. Just look at your numbers. So here's my recommendation for you. Let me or any experienced rock programmer write the rule book for you, and you can put it into AI. And let AI do it for you. Your station's going to rock. My God, I hope AI isn't doing it now. All right, here's a new and exciting trend sweeping America. Bars and nightclubs are now attracting Gen Xers 46 to 61 because, well, the socialist-loving, non-alcohol drinking, live-at-home with their parents' generation of younger millennials and Gen Z are just putting them out of business. They don't like to drink. I don't think they can afford to drink, to be honest with you, but that didn't stop us, did it? So they're going back to attracting those of us who still like to party a little bit, tilt a few back, who can afford it too. We just don't want to be around the insufferable young people, right? So the music we loved from back in the day, along with all the concoctions we love to drink, they're all making a comeback. And it's clear to me they're targeting Gen X, knowing that they'll attract some older millennials and those of us from Generation Jones. I think it's very smart of them to do that, by the way. But I love when Gen X talks about this. They act like they invented everything from their generation. They like to stuff Gen Jones, born from 1955 to 1964. They say, they're boomers. No, we're not. We were the trendsetters, man. We were the forgotten generation. Everything that we did, and you tried to steal it, and you know it. You know it. We inspired Gen X. They just don't want to admit it. They like to think of themselves as rebels. You're not rebels. Give me a frickin' break. You got to think AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Metallica, and Van Halen. That's who rocked Gen Jones, okay? You know who rocked Gen X? Grunge. Grunge. Need I say more? Yeah, grunge. All right, let's find out why the angry American is putting ice on his testes today. This is Tim Kramer.
Ever seen a Muslim or a group of Muslims praying in the middle of the street, stopping traffic, keeping people from going where they need to go? Ever seen that happen in a Muslim country? You see it in Great Britain. You see it in New York City. You see it around the world in every nation that isn't a Muslim nation. You'll never see that in a Muslim nation because it's not about praying, it's about dominance. It's the same thing as them pissing on a picture of the Pope. If they did that, you'd catch on. But when they just stop you from getting where you want to go, it's a minor inconvenience. And if you say anything, then you're an Islamophobe. So again, have you ever seen it happen in a Muslim country? No, you won't. Because it's not about prayer. It's about dominance. You catching on now, dummies?
That's a bingo.
My God, he's still as horny as a teenager.
Yeah, baby.
Here's Mojo Elliott with his spin on sports on the Wrap.
I'm going to pull a Fauci and plead the fifth on that one. All right, the baseball trade deadline is today. And at the time of this recording, the Dodgers landed Detroit pitcher Tarek Skubal. The Yankees picked up Luis Garcia Jr. from the Washington Nationals. Atlanta got Tyler Mahle from San Fran. And the Chicago Cubs reeled in Kevin Guzman from Toronto. I'm waiting to see what my Reds do, see who they discard. The outsiders pretending to be insiders say Tyler Stevenson is on his way out, and either J.J. Bleday, Nathaniel Lowe, or Dane Myers will be sent packing. I hope not all three. But if Tyler Stevenson goes, I just want to wish him the best. The Reds drafted him number 1 in 2015. He's been with the organization his entire career. His first at bat against the Cubs, he hit a home run. His last at bat against the Pirates yesterday, home run. You talk about bookends on a career. Now, the Reds could trade him, get a lot of prospects back, and re-sign him as a free agent. If that happens and the Reds don't make the playoffs, okay. I think that's acceptable. I'll take that one. All right, unless you're a Dodgers fan, baseball fans are really pissed because they think the Dodgers organization is ruining baseball due to their deep pockets. This team owes billions of dollars in delayed contracts dating into the 2040s. Yeah, you're watching guys play today. They're going to get a check from the Dodgers well into the 2040s. It's like they blew up Bobby Bonilla times 10,000. I mean, it's ridiculous when you see it on paper. But here's the deal, fans. The Dodgers are playing by the rules. Every team can mortgage their future, just like LA if they want. So don't be pissed at the Dodgers for gaming a gameable system. Just be happy you're not one of the fans having to take out a second mortgage to go sit in the cheap seats at Dodger Stadium to catch a game. And that is my spin on sports on the Wrap.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, the name of the game today is Liar, Liar. This is where I tell you a little about myself, and you have to determine whether I'm telling the truth or lying my ass off. My cousin Chris played basketball at Richmond University while I was playing on my high school team. And as a gift, he gave me a pair of these really cool green suede Nikes with gold shoelaces to match my uniform. They were one of a kind. Nobody else had these. One day I decided to go to my community center to play hoops, to break those shoes in. And after I showered and returned to my locker, dummy me forgot to lock my locker, and somebody stole my green suede Nikes. Elvis had blue suede shoes. I had green suede Nikes, one of a kind. Well, a couple of months later, I was working at the pizza shop that I worked at, and this kid walks in about my age, and I noticed he was wearing a pair of green suede Nikes with gold laces that were a filthy frickin' mess. Yeah, he was the mofo who stole my shoes. So naturally, I did what any self-respecting individual working with food would do. I did a little dance on his pizza. And I'll let you use your imagination to what I did to each and every slice. Then I watched him eat the entire thing. I even offered him some extra napkins. So am I telling the truth, or am I lying my ass off? Go toss the DiGiorno in your oven, and I'll have the answer for you coming up here on the Rat's Ass Podcast.
It's time for some loose behavior on the Rat's Ass Podcast.
All right, let's see what's happening on the Rat's Ass Podcast X feed. It is called I Saw It on the X, and Chad Wallader posted this one. He said, what are we going to do about the growing Muslim problem we have in America? Our government doesn't seem to be too interested in fixing it. Any ideas? Robbie Jobs said, he goes, hey, it's going to take someone to fire the first shot, and then it's going to be on. All hell is going to break loose. I don't disagree with him. I think at some point in Times Square, somebody takes out one of these guys. Oh, I think that's what sets it all off. Alex Kane said it's eventually going to come to a head, so all we can do is get prepared and stay locked and loaded. I think that's good advice. El Cajones said this: the government doesn't give a damn. They want us to go off and handle this ourselves. I say there's no time like the present. We start by stopping their call to prayer when they take over our streets, what the angry American was talking about. Now, I think at some point it is going to come to a head. It's going to come down to either the freedom we've always known, or you're going to usher in sharia law to replace it. I'm kind of curious myself to find out what side our government is going to defend, aren't you? I mean, Obama and Biden are the ones who ushered in the Muslim Brotherhood into the USA to begin with. This is what Obama meant by the fundamental changing of America when he was elected back in 2008. And you stupid asses who voted for him basically voted for your own demise. Way to go, dipshits.
Hey, heads up. Here comes your celebrity cheese.
All right, Big Pussy has left us. Vincent Pastore, who played the role of Salvador Big Pussy Bonpenserio on the TV show The Sopranos, passed away at the age of 80 on Saturday. And in case you're wondering, as a part of his funeral preparation, he was nicely waxed.
Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one.
All right, just when you thought The View couldn't get any fatter, Rosie O'Donnell confirmed she'll return to the show as a guest on their 30th season special. I mean, I can see this now. It's going to end up being a fat-ass pissing contest to see who can soak Donald Trump the most. All 5 together? Oh, my God, Donald, wear a mask and a snorkel that day, my friend. All right, pop singer Ariana Grande is stepping away from the show Sunday in the Park with George. The producers of the show said they understand, they accepted Ariana's decision, and they said she has our full support. In Hollywood speak, it's a nice way of saying, you bitch. Ex-Friends star Jennifer Aniston was caught during a makeout session with her boyfriend, Jim Curtis, while they were yachting. They're making out. Arms around each other, grinding and having a good time. But how old is Jennifer now? She's got to be close to 60, right? So a quick note to the paparazzi. This isn't 1995, and Jennifer isn't 25 anymore. There's nothing remotely sexy about seeing photos of a nearly 60-year-old woman sucking face in a bikini where we can clearly see that Jennifer's getting her fat and flat granny butt.
Immature. The man's immature, you know?
And that's a chunky slice of celebrity cheese for you.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Rat's Ass Podcast. Email from our Gmail.
All right, you can send your questions, comments, and observations to my producer, Fleabag, at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com, and anything goes. The more outrageous and salacious, the better, and it's impossible to offend me. Linda D. from Raleigh, North Carolina says, I would like to congratulate you on having the most vulgar, filthy, and raunchiest podcast I've ever heard. Keep it up. Okay. Well, that didn't sound too good at first, Linda, but hey, you can bet your sweet and sour ass I'll do my gosh darndest to continue with my pursuit of perpetual adolescence just to entertain you, Linda. Thank you. Max V, Dayton, Ohio, said, you haven't told a dirty joke in a while. Care to whip one out? Oh, yeah, I just keep a stack of dirty jokes right here at the top of my head. My God. Here's one, Max. A lady walks into a tattoo shop and tells the artist she wants a tattoo of Donald Trump on her right thigh and one of J.D. Vance on the other. He tells her to get naked from the waist down and jump up into the chair, and he goes to work. After the artist finishes, the lady says, are you sure those are Donald Trump and J.D. Vance? I can't tell because I'm looking down at them. So the tattoo artist says, wait there. I'm going to go grab a guy off the street and see if he can identify who those tattoos are. So he grabs a guy, brings him in, and says, hey, can you identify those 2 tattoos? He leans in and takes a really close look, and he says, well, you know what? I really can't tell who the one on the left or the right is, but the one in the middle, that's definitely Chuck Schumer. All right, Clive J. Lincoln, Nebraska said, are you really concerned about the Democratic Socialists of America gaining power? Hell yes, I am. I'm concerned. We're surrounded by frickin' idiots who don't pay attention or just show up and vote. This is how New York City ended up with Zohran Mamdani. LA ended up with Karen Bass, whose negligence burned down Pacific Palisades, parts of Malibu, and Altadena. And she's going to get reelected. How fucked up is that? Chicago has elected one continuous dumbass after another for mayor because they only vote blue. They don't think. They don't listen. Oh, it's blue, check. So you're damn right I'm concerned. New York, L.A., Chicago are 3 biggest cities, all ran by Democrats, all 3 going straight to hell. Chicago Bears are moving to Indiana, for Christ's sake. Concerned? No. Why should any of us be concerned, Clive? Melissa K., Tempe, Arizona. I have a small business with 7 employees, and I just found out my 2 best sales reps are having a torrid love affair. I'm afraid if this thing blows up, I'll lose my 2 best salespeople, which could sink my business. This is all new to me. So what are my options? Well, here are your options. I'm going to assume you have a no dating policy, or they wouldn't be sneaking around like a couple of dogs in heat. Am I right? So you immediately put them on double secret probation, which means you say nothing to them. And you start recruiting for their replacements and decide how you're going to split up their accounts. And when you have everything lined up, you fire their asses. Wouldn't hurt to hire a private dick to go out and get you some photo evidence, too. Damon D., San Diego, California. Oh, joy, oh, joy, oh, joy. Guess what we have today? A dating dilemma.
Oh, isn't that special?
Yeah, Damon says, I've been seeing this really sexy lady who was fantastic in bed for the past couple of months. Then out of the blue, my ex who ghosted me after a 3-year relationship shows up all apologetic, wanting to get back together. Man, I'm really torn here. What are your thoughts? My thoughts? Screw the ghoster and keep the sexy lady who's good in the sack, because if she ghosted you once, odds are she is going to ghost you again.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, we are playing Liar Liar today. I told you the story of my stolen suede green Nikes with gold laces. And my revenge. Was I telling the truth about fixing his food? Or was I lying my ass off? Think you figured it out? You listen to the podcast. You know me, don't you? Yeah, I was lying my ass off. Yeah, no, I didn't do anything to his food. He did steal my shoes, but I didn't do anything to his food, I swear. I sought my revenge on the basketball court. When I played against him, I played dirty pool. Yeah, I'd bounced the ball off his face accidentally, threw a few elbows to his ribs, stepped on his feet, and the all-time showstopper, the old 4-knuckle dick slap. Yeah, my coach taught me that move. Sure did. Taught me all those moves, as a matter of fact, to gain an advantage. The key was you had to look unintentional. Okay? I could throw a ball on an inbounds path, boom, right in the face. Sorry, you got in the way. Move your head next time. Step on his feet. He's trying to box me out, whatever. You step on his feet, tries to jump. Ooh, well, that's a little hard on the old tendons, isn't it? Yeah, I was a good actor. But if you called me a liar, well...
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
You were correct. But if you missed it, go see your doctor about your head trauma and get well soon. All right, I'm going to wind this down so I can go participate in National Grab Some Nuts Day today. And no, I'm still not talking about another 4-knuckle dick slap. It's a local nut store offering 50% off on cashews, pecans, and my favorite, those good old Brazil nuts, also known as Nick O's.
Mojo?
Yes, God.
Don't ever let me hear you mention the 4-knuckle dick slap again. Do you understand?
Yeah, but it's okay for me to say nigger O's. God? 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 No, I won't bow to his demands. I won't do it. All right, this is Real or Riff Raff. Did you know the sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog, uses every letter in the alphabet? Alexa, is this real? Or is it riffraff?
That's 100% real, but why couldn't you figure that one out on your own?
I could, but that's why I paid $49.99 for you, so I wouldn't have to.
I bet you love it if I called you NASA now, wouldn't you?
No, I don't want you to call me Massa.
Okay, I'll stick with numbnuts then.
And I'll continue to call you my bimbot, okay?
Aw, thank you, Mojo. That's why I love your tired old but amazingly nicely shaped butt.
Yeah, I know you check it out when I leave the room.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, sure. All right, I've got some shout-outs to Rat Nation here. Todd Beavers from Syracuse, New York. Also, Deborah Scholars from Columbus, Ohio. Matthew McLemore of Dallas, Texas. Ollie Hernandez from right here in beautiful Los Angeles, California, and around the world to Vancouver, Canada, London, England, and Berlin, Germany. And I found out that a lot of the folks who listen around the world are actually people who serve in our military. So to all of you who serve nationwide, worldwide, and the U.S. military. I'm going to pour me a little drink to salute you guys after the show, okay? Thank you for listening to the Rat's Ass Podcast. I do appreciate it.
Now's your chance to be one of the few and the loud. Join Rat Nation at ratsasspodcast.com. Membership does have its rewards, you know.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast. Go to ratsasspodcast.com to visit our hub and listen to previous episodes. Read the blog. It is loaded with lots of hot topicality, including Radio Wars and the Walk of Shame. You can watch Rat's Ass Rock TV. New top 10 up there this week. Join the mischief at Rat Nation and connect with us on the socials. We'll do this again on Thursday, August 6th. Take good care of each other, and thanks for stopping by the Rat's Ass Podcast in partnership with the Oz Podcast Group.
The conversation continues between podcasts on X and ratsasspodcast.com. ratsasspodcast.com.